I'd like to call this regular trustees meeting together on October 7th, 2025 at 6 p.m. First order of business, Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any changes, additions, or removal to the agenda?
No, sir. There it is.
Approved minutes from previous meetings, September 2nd, 2025.
I just had a couple little tiny things, guys, and I probably said it wrong, but on page 2, 5B, Julie and Nicole asked if they had to have a sprinkler for 5 bedrooms. I'm
Where's
4 to 5 apartments, right here. And maybe I said the wrong word.
Page 2.
Right here. Under 5.
A.
Big A, little b.
Okay.
Yeah, little b. And maybe I said it wrong. I don't know.
So what did you want it to be?
It's just apartments, because like we have a 3-apartment unit, but if you put 4 or 5 in, you have to have it sprinkled.
If the apartment is going to be 3, 4 or 5 bedrooms.
All I was going to ask is if they were going to have 4 or 5 apartments, because he was increasing his apartments. That's all. It's just like it's probably I probably said it wrong. Just
Okay.
it's not a big deal. It's just a matter to me.
Okay.
Little tiny thing on 3, on 7A, just it says within instead of the 3 lines up right here. 7 just says within instead of within.
Within, okay.
That's all. That's it.
Okay.
I don't think that's on here. If anybody else does, I'll make a motion to accept them as corrected.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Comments from citizens? I see none.
There's nobody online, is there?
No. Allocation, removal, review, and possibly approve.
So you see that you have in your packet the information regarding Okemo Heights. So apparently what had happened was that check was paid for $13,104 for an allocation request in 2000, I believe it was 2022 or just before. It was approved, check was written. Because then it ended up there were issues they basically had litigation on the property, which kind of reversed everything. So they are requesting, they relinquished their allocation. They are due their deposit back of $13,104. But what that also does is it relinquishes all of the, kind of has a 2-pronged effect here. If we're going to relinquish their allocation for 24 bedrooms and send them their deposit back, it also wipes the billing that, if you look at the age receivables account, it's about $9,000 that they had never paid because they weren't supposed to be paying it, but we were billing for it.
Because they were hooked on or
Correct.
right?
So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sounds good.
For you.
so the request would be to,
That's one off this other list.
yes, so the request would be to refund the allocation fee and also remove all billing since July of 22.
I'll make that motion. Is that okay? Sure.
I'll second it. Did we contact our attorney or anything in regards to this?
Yeah, and they were fine with it.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So A and B is all the same.
Yep.
Department head reports.
You should have those.
Yep. The only thing I do agree with is with Justin, if we could get comparative with.
And I have asked Joe to do
Joe's
that,
not
so yeah, I'll make sure it's done.
It doesn't matter, but it would make more sense.
No, but it should be done. Absolutely.
Other than that, looks good. All set on department head reports.
Yes, sir.
Aged receivables.
So kind of circling back to what we just were talking about and what we were talking about last meeting regarding anything, our outstanding.
Quite cleaned up.
It is quite cleaned up. And then you remove $9,664.78 from Okemo Heights.
Yeah.
That drops it even more. A number of these places have come in and have set up payment plans.
Boy, way different than the 2nd of September.
Yes. Yeah.
for us.
So we've done a
Nice job.
good job. It's been good, but we're staying on top of it. I credit Diane and Tori and Cherry for a lot of just making sure that things are going out and things are getting taken care of. But if you look at the numbers in comparison to where we were a month ago, we're in a pretty good spot.
That's great. So there's no speak of liens at this moment.
Not that I feel we need to be doing right now.
Look at that.
Yeah,
though.
look at that.
Great job.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Makes things a little easier.
I do have one question on the thing we just did, though.
Mhm.
They were getting bills and they never said anything.
I think it was kind of that
They were involved in a lawsuit,
when they were in litigation.
Pulling their hair
There
out.
was a lot of folks too that, sometimes with those developments, when they get into litigation, et cetera, like people come and go. So it's not necessarily who's watching the ship, and that piece of it.
How old is this photo?
Yeah.
Main Mountain's still salmon. He's
Oh, that's
in the
right.
corner over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right.
Some of the photos are pretty
This has got to be from 2015, a long time ago.
Actually, I think it is Justin.
Yeah.
That's great.
I think I read in there somewhere. It's quite old, but
Sorry, Chair, I got a little ahead of myself here. We can formally recognize Section 8. So,
we got our crosswalks right now.
yeah, it's always good.
And so with, we put this plan in there just for you to review and just kind of give some thoughts on, there's quite a few grant opportunities, which Cherry outlined in this letter here. This was just given you today, so it gives you an idea of kind of what is available to the town. So again, not really a whole lot of action needed or discussion necessarily needed on this part of it right now, but just at the next meeting, I was going to ask Cherry if she can come to kind of talk over what we really want to dial in, or maybe even before that, because you see the application deadline is the 31st.
Can I give you some marching orders to maybe pass along to Chair?
Absolutely.
So the immediate thing that sticks out to me is it coincides with what I'm envisioning our downtown village to look like, especially after the new pavement jobs and everything. Slowing down, we need calmer traffic, improve walkability. I think anybody who walks in downtown can agree that it's predominantly a driver based community, not a walker-based community.
Absolutely.
Increased bikeability. Yes, I always see people kind of honking and yelling at people to get out of the way for biking. So all this looks good, and I'd like to pursue those avenues.
Okay.
One thing that I think is very, very important to consider is federal funding or state funding for transits, micro transits, shuttles that operate Okemo and downtown village area certain weekend nights after the free buses that pick up skiers is done at about 4:30 or 5 o'clock. We could stopgap a couple hours on busy weekends, or we could do a weekday shuttle in coalition with Okemo or something. It's some federal grants. I think trying to make downtown more accessible. Right now we only have, I think, 2 or 3 bus stops, Brendan. One's at the fire station, which is not a good spot for a bus station. You have to walk a half mile to it.
One's right on Depot Street.
Is there, well, the mover, right?
That's a mover.
And there's one maybe at the Fox Run
There's
in
2
Motel.
on either side of me. I think there's 2 on either side of Veterans Park. There's one by the library for the mover, and there's one by
Do we have
Fox Run.
signs there?
There are signs there.
But we don't have any shelter. It's just a sign that says mover. And there's none in the downtown.
Right.
Historically speaking, we've said, well, we don't want buses to clog up traffic, so we don't want stops on Main Street. I don't mind clogging up traffic and making people go a little slower occasionally. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. We have one stoplight. And also, I think we should explore alternate day parking on the sides of the street. We're getting killed with parking out here. And, you know, big cities will do it, park on T's and S's on this side and M and W's on this side, or however you do it. I think those are things that we want to explore, or should at least consider.
And, you know, your walkability, I mean, we could have better crossing lights.
Something, yes.
We've talked about that, and it's just been trying to figure out.
But that grant might help with something, because I know they're not cheap.
They're not cheap, and what is the best? I considered maybe hanging a light over
what's
it.
not hideous.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a.
What's not, yeah. So,
I've seen them, you know, when the people are crossing, they actually have a strobe light, so they're not a big, ugly sign, they're still kind of small, but the strobe light gets your attention. So I agree with everything that Justin said.
and I think now's the time, you know, I think WCAX just had an article where Vermont is getting a ton of money in outdoor recreation grant money that they're going to give to towns. That would be great for our bikeability. Can you imagine having a bike path from the old Timber Inn spot that's now just green space all the way up to the back 40? Like, those are the types of things that we should be considering.
Weren't they considering having it go from the back 40 to Cavendish?
They've
At
talked.
one of the
Even
meetings
better.
I was at.
They've talked about
They've
it.
been contacted for years.
Yeah, it'd be nice to really explore
I don't
how that
I
can
don't
help
think
us.
they're too far off from that.
I don't think they are either.
Good.
I think they have it. I
Good, I
think
know.
they're working
I
on it.
think they're pretty
Sharon's been
close.
working that
Yeah.
for 20-some odd years.
Tim Calabrese from
Great.
Cavendish. So I think they're pretty close to doing that.
The
Free
Cavendish?
transit is
Yeah.
appealing for workforce and housing, apartments and development for the downtown. If we're serious about wanting to get more apartments, and we listened to a presentation from Mark last night upstairs, Jason Rasmussen and Aaron, our new ZA, and they have some great ideas, and there's some good paths forward. But this town's infrastructure needs to kind of change a little bit to accompany that. Public transit's a great one, I think, to explore. Anyway, thank you for presenting this.
Maybe even, you know, you're talking about biking through town. There's really no room for a bike
No.
lane.
That's exactly right.
But I've seen other towns that are just, they have a bike painted in the travel lane. So maybe that would relax people's feeling about them being out there if it's.
Yeah,
if it's
and also
posted.
we should welcome people wanting to cycle through downtown.
I agree.
Not, cause stress and hopefully not injury doing that. Yeah, these shared lane ideas.
Now,
Great things to consider. You almost
is this
need,
part of it too, Brendan, but
This other one he gave us.
is this something else? This,
Oh, yeah.
funding master
Funding.
list. Is that something?
I think that's part of it, yes. Yeah, and I gave you just a write-up from Aaron, or from Cherry, but yeah, that funding master list is part of that packet.
is there a way that we can get the new zoning administrator to join one of our meetings?
Yeah.
The upcoming?
We'll have her come to our next one.
She started this week or
Last week. It'll be a week tomorrow. So October 1st she started.
It was funny, she looked familiar to me. Of course, I've seen her at planning commission, but I
Sure.
never made the
Yeah,
correlation.
with Ryan.
Now, we're gonna move forward here, and I just have a bunch of questions. I like the funding grant parts of this. Section 8, under the funding master list, Transportation Alternatives Program. We haven't had a proper traffic study since 2017, 2018? I can't remember.
Yeah.
It might be outdated. What, if any, does anybody remember the implications of adding a secondary stoplight in town for flow of traffic or for maneuverability of cars?
I don't know.
I know they proposed one by Grand Union, Grand Union, Shaw.
Wow.
Years ago. Grand Union, I can't believe I said Grand Union. But that's when they had it, when Grand Union was there.
And that one's kind of
Stoplight right there.
short to the next one, but
It's very close to the next
It
one.
really
to the
is.
next
I
one.
just remember they batted that around for a long time.
now with Lemaire Square kind of being more full, and it is somewhat of a issue, but I don't know, people let people go too, so.
It'd be interesting to find out, because they had that
And they
bad
have that
accident.
turning lane now that
Yeah.
didn't used to be in there.
Yeah.
That helps.
All right.
So we're good on the other business.
I just wanted to, there's no time to say it, but just, have accolades for the sidewalk crew, because they've been amazing, like up on where we are. And they're wonderful, like our kids have been walking by there and stuff. And
Yep.
they're just really polite, and they're doing a great job. And they're working really hard. They work on Saturdays
Yep.
and stuff, and I just wanted to make sure we gave them the just.
No other business?
No.
Do you have any updates?
I do just a few. So we mentioned Erin Ladd started as a new planning and zoning director on the 1st, kind of acclimating to her role in there, which seems to be going pretty well. As Julie mentioned, sidewalks are wrapping up, and the final ones up on High Street which seem to be coming out pretty well. Paving on Main Street is wrapping up. They're kind of going through a punch list of things. Some of the aprons, removing those reflectors that are still out there, as well as I've expressed my concern over I'm going to guess it might be, and Bob, you let me know if the pre-treatment, if you look, there's a lot of black tar set.
On the curbing.
It's on the curbing, and it's all over the place, so that's going to need to be cleaned as well. It's in quite a few spots. So chili cook-off is this weekend, which is down here. So the main Depot Street will be closed for part of the day on Saturday. And the only thing, Bob and I sat on a meeting on Friday, about the outlook for the wastewater treatment facility relocation, which is gaining steam And if there's ever going to be a chance to do it, this is going to be it. You know, a lot of good ideas. There's some good input, and some, you know, we have some avenues of proper funding on how to stack it. And, you know, essentially what the goal is to gain some economic development grants as a part of it through working and putting a, you know, we have the ability to obtain a parcel of land behind La Valleys in Geldwin, which part of the relocation would be establishing an industrial park out there, which would be
Putting a brewery in with the recycled water.
there you go. Right? Yeah, exactly. One stop shop.
I'm not putting that in.
So, you know, being able to, you know, help with some economic business development there would also tag team some of these grants for approval. You know, it's a lot of work, but it's a good opportunity. I thought that meeting went pretty well. You know, so that's kind of, we're going to keep the ball rolling on that one.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Set date for next meeting, November 4th, 2025.
We didn't talk about this, did we?
That's kind of good.
He said it was all part of that.
That goes part with
He says all part of the other one.
Yeah, just review that.
That just came from today.
That just came
And
today.
I had
They just met this
asked
afternoon.
Brendan, and he said to attach it
Put
to
in
the minutes.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Set date. You guys.
We did that.
Yeah,
November
good.
4th.
Yep.
We all signed warrant orders. Do we need an executive session?
Did you need to discuss the manager search?
Yes.
Yeah.
Search personnel.
Personnel.
I make a motion to go into executive session.
What's your address, Justin?
Why?
Julie seconded.
45
I'll second it, I'm sorry.
43 High Street for an ambulance.
Oh, thank you, make sure it's not my.
Really?
You're voting?
Cemetery.
You had a motion and a second. Let's vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.